Hello everyone and welcome to our YouTube video exploring command line techniques on the compromised system. Before we begin, I want to emphasize that hacking and unauthorized access to systems are illegal and unethical. The demonstration in this video are conducted solely within a controlled virtual environment for educational purposes. First of all, let me check IPconfig. IPconfig. With this command, we can see IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway. It has some important options. First, IPconfig/all, because we cannot see any DNS address here, any DNS alternative address, and many other systems, many other information about IP addresses. Okay, when we use IPconfig/all, it will show us the MAC address of my interface, network interface card. The status of DHCP is enabled. So this means I got my IP address from DHCP server, and my IP address is automatically now. And DNS servers and alternative DNS servers and many other items, for example, DHCP version 6 and default gateway, and when I got the IP address, when it will be expired, and so on. CLS is another command for clearing the screen. IPconfig/release. It will clear my IP address now, and my IP address will be 0. Enter. As you can see, I don't have any IP address. Then I can use another command, IPconfig/renew, for renewing and getting IP address again from the DHCP server. Okay, 132. This is my new IP address. My last IP address was 128. Now is 132. IPconfig/display DNS is another command that will show us which website we did surf, we did see them, for example, Microsoft.com, DigiCert, and many other sites. IPconfig/flush DNS, another switch. This is clear the DNS cache of my computer that we did see in command/display DNS. Okay, let's go to the second second command, and it is get MAC. With this command, we can see our MAC address in case of our network interface card is connected or disconnected. When you use IPconfig/all, it will show you just valid network interface cards and its MAC addresses, its IP addresses, and so on. If you have many network interface cards and some of them are disconnected, the MAC address of disconnected interface will not shown here. But when you use the get MAC, it will show us your network interface cards, your computers, NICs, MAC addresses, anyway, in any situation. Well, another command. The next one is task list. It will show us the process list that's running on my computer. Image name, for example, process name, it means process name, process ID. One process has a unique ID that points to that process, and session name and session number and memory usage of that. For example, WinLogon for managing Windows logon has process number 592 and session number 1, and also another item, for example, S3C host, and so on. Well, task list /svc task list slash svc show us that result more completely, that will show us its service name. This is very, very important. You can check on your systems any processes or any execution files, and check it at the front for considering it is for services. It is for services for Windows. It has be backdoor, it has be malware, it has be virus, and so on, and maybe your computer hacked. Another option and usage of task list is for filter /fi double quotation, and inside that I can use write or username not equal nt also authority /system, and after double quotation /fi filter again two double quotation, and inside that status equal running. This means show me some services that running now, and don't include services running on their system, just items running under not system user. Any processes running, for example, by administrator, by any user common username that may be working with this computer. And task list /v and /filter again double quotation, inside that status equal running. It shows us the username that runs this process in addition of the above result. This is very, very good for process ID, session number, memory usage, status, username, and CPU timing, and the file or process runs. Now, another command is Cipher. The next one is Cipher. Cipher is for encrypting a drive or a folder. For example, let me go to CD CLS first. C drive. Sorry. LS, I forgot I'm in Windows. dir, and I have, for example, users, cd users, mkdir, test1 folder, test1, dir again. Okay, that's here. Now use Cipher CLS and Cipher /e and a specific folder /s, its path, and test folder test1. Cipher /e/s folder test1. If you want decrypting, you can use Cipher /d. This is my encrypted folder, and I can use Cipher /d/s and its path, folder test1, folder test1, and decrypting files successfully. And another command is driver query. Driver query, it is very, very important. Will show you which applications are installed on your computer, and what about your computer's drivers. Driver query, you can use format /fo and CSV and SI for provides information about signed drivers. Okay, driver query and use FO CSV /SI will show us all drivers installed on my on our computer. This is cool and very nice information. Another command, the next one is netch. This is very useful command. With netch command, you can perform and implement many items on your computers around many fields and many categories. I want use netch for setting interface, IP addresses, and getting information from network interface card. For example, I start with netch interface IP show address. It will show us DHCP enabled, yes, what's IP address, what's subnet mask, and default gateway, and interface metric. That defines the priority of reaching to the destination, and this is for interface Ethernet 0, and this is for interface loopback. Okay. Next option, netch interface IPv4 show config. It is like above, but some completely than some more completely than. For example, it shows register with a suffix primary only, or the Win server, or some additional information. And another item is netch interface IPv4 set address name equal double quotation. Inside that, my interface name was Ethernet 0, and after double quotations static 20, for example, 00250, and with subnet mask of 255000, and the default gateway 20.0010 Anyway, with this command I can set my IP address statically. Look at here. Let me show you Ethernet and (20.00.250). It's great. Configured correctly with command line. And another command is netch interface IPv4 set address name equal, inside the double quotations, for example, Ethernet 0, and after that source equal DHCP. We're getting IP address automatically. IPconfig change to our previous automatically IP address. Well, and how we can set the DNS? Yes, netch interface IPv4 set DNS name interface name Ethernet 0 and static, for example 4224 global public DNS server address IPconfig/all. Our DNS address is set to 4224 successfully. Well, okay, let's go check for ping. Another command is ping. I will show you. Ping, for example, ping google.com. For example, ping 4224 for checking communication between my computer and another. If you use -T, it will send again and again continuously all pings packets until you press Ctrl+C to stop that. Ctrl+T if you use, it will send pings more and more. So I press Ctrl+C. And another command is ping your IP address target with -L for changing the packets, the packet size. For example, 2024. Its firewall will block my ICMP packets. For example, 20, less than the default, which is 32. You can you could see that I changed. This is one of the most easiest way for sending denial of service packets or DOS attacks against the system, for sending large packets more and more from the various number from the many systems, many sources, sending huge amounts of packets for sending the large traffic to the destination and making congestion on its entrance to its interface. Okay, and let's look up. For example, I can test my own website, IP-certificate.com. Its IP address gives to me. I can use NSLOOKUP for getting more information. Set type, the type of packets, the type of data records I can give. Set type, I can use any, and then enter my domain address again for getting any information. For example, internet IP public address, its name servers, its mail server, and its MX record, priority, and mail exchanger address, and many other systems. Okay, or I can use like this. Set type, for example, PTR for pointer records in DNS, and enter again the domain address. Just I received the PTR record information. If you don't have any information about the PTR, about the NSLOOKUP, about the DNS, you will learn it in course of Microsoft Networking Services. I will publish in a few days, and you will learn it completely, running and configuring and setting up the Microsoft Networking services such as DNS server, Active Directory, DHCP, and WSUS, and many other services or servers that is really you need them in networking knowledge. I can use set type equal MX or mail exchanger. It will show me mail server, and enter it again. This is the mail address, mail.ip-certificate.com. This is the mail server address. Okay, exit, CLS. The next one is tracert. Tracert is command for tracing, for reaching the packets to our destination to find out in which place we have problem and in which place our connection may be disconnected. For example, imagine you are working with the internet and suddenly you are disconnected, or you disconnected from the internet, or you cannot open any web page and so on, and you can tracert, and after that you can use one of the most famous public IP addresses in internet, for example one of DNS servers 4224, and see in which IP address the packets disconnected. Maybe, for example, maybe disconnected from your default gateway. You can know the problem is about your router, is about your wireless modem, and maybe from your firewall, of your, for example, internet service provider, from your local telecommunication, and so on. Or maybe not any problem occurs and reach to the destination one by one and complete it successfully. Wait to see that. As you can see, my tracer successfully reached to destination, but in some places request timed out, received the request timed out, but finally did resolve successfully for 4224 address. The next command is shutdown. You can use shutdown. I'm on my main system, so I cannot start and use it. Just show you shutdown/s will shut down your computer with sending notification about application opened and so on. And if you want, don't get on or don't receive any notification about applications that are opened, you can use /s /f, and it will force shut down your computer. The next one is GP update. GP update this is very important command. GP update /force. GP update. What's GP update? GP update is abbreviated of group policy update. It will it will update your group policy configuration. For example, imagine you changed policy of password. For example, your computer's password to force the complexity of password settings, and you want group policy and affect now, and without need for restart or for log off and log on again, and you want it runs now and affects on your computer now, you can use GP update /force. It will force immediately any group policy changing in your computer. Okay, that's enough. And the next one is Netstat. This is important item because you can see your network connections by this command. Netstat-an. Netstat-an, as you can see, show you all connections, maybe local to local, or maybe, for example, loopback to loopback, or from your computer into the outside. For example, from my computer, port number 58065 to another, for example, IP address. And let me check NS lookup. And what about this IP address? DNS.attrinet.net. It is it's my authorizing the internet service. Established means connection established between my computer and my port number that assigned to my IP address. to the other IP address and other port numbers. And time wait means connections was about, for example, some minutes ago and waiting for refresh or not, and packet seen sent and waiting for getting its acknowledgement, and some other testing items. Well, Netstat, another Netstat switch is Netstat-AB. This is grateful, just show you for established connections. For example, established connections based on your application running or services running on your system. Let me see at the end of services, for example, it shows me TCP connection between my computer and another. For example, one of the websites are open, or Telegram, Messenger, or any other items that's using networks. And many, for example, Wondershare, Filmora for connecting, for Counter Sketch, and many other applications that maybe I use. Control C for ending. This was very, very great. Another item, CLS Netstat-E, will show you how many bytes received and sent, and there is any error or not for sending or receiving information about your network interface cards. And another item is DXDI, domain controller diag, and DXDI. As you can see, it's let me know my host server, or my host name is server 02, and testing server or site name is this, and I have it's checked for sysvol is fading, and another information about forests, testing some forests and testing any items. And another item is NetStop or NetStart for stop or start the service. NetStop, for example, is spooler. You can use this command for stop the service and start that if need. Start spooler and OK. And what about system info? System info. It will give me a lot of information about my system's status, and then information about that. As you can see, my computer, my Windows Server version, and Windows registered owner, Windows user, and it is under VMware, virtualized, about processors, about boot devices and memories, and many other useful information I can get. Another item is GP result. I switch to my main system, GP group policy result /R. What about group policy affected on my system, and what are changed, and what is status now? It show me my operating systems, my operating system version, and this is my laptop operating system information, and show me computer configuration about group policy, computer settings, group policy, and after that user setting for group policy, in computer settings, group policy, local group policy, and usernames or permissions about that, security groups, and in user settings as well, the user is a part of the following security groups. My user is part of these security groups. GP result /r /scope. My user is, for example, administrator. What about the administrator? CLS GP result /r /administrator. Let me check by user level group policy applied on my system, or computer level. This is the user settings of group policy applied on my computer. Okay, I can set /h GP result /h and perform getting report, for example, report.html in drive C, issuing report and generating that as web file. Another command I can use is who am I, with which username you are logged into your computer. I am logged in with ITINFOSEC. Who am I /groups. This ITINFOSEC users belongs to which group? These are all groups list that ITINFOSEC is member of that. For example, administrators, interactive, for example, authenticated users, local account, and so on. And also user. Who am I /user. What about the user? Just one user, ITINFOSEC, with this security identification or SID under my system's host name is laptop. CLS, again, switch to my server. Another command, the next one is SFC, system file checker /scan now, for checking my system file for about any bad sectors, not malicious, just bad sectors, just maybe corrupted files and file systems, and will report to me to know what about that. In here, so the hacker maybe won't perform any command from remote from anywhere that can access to my system. For example, he can use route print to check my routing table and my system routing table, and add some another routing table for access through my system to the another system in my network. We called it pivoting in penetration testing courses. I will teach you definitely completely that. For example, maybe hacker wants to ARP-A, use ARP-A for getting ARP table or getting any information. My system connected to another system, IP addresses and their MAC addresses as well. For example, it can use WinVer or Ver for version build of Microsoft Windows for target system, and also he can use many information. For example, GP result. For example, GP result /r for group policy result, for considering group policy result of the target system for if he need any perform any change on the target system. For example, he can use tracers to find my default gateway, to find my internet service provider IP addresses, traceset, for example, 4224, and look at what happens in my systems, and what about IP address. The first step, the first hop is my router. Easily he can find my router. Shell again, and enter to Windows command lines, and net. You can change my IP address, my server's IP address by net command, and many other commands. In any commands, he can perform any change he wants, and getting any information. Get MAC. All commands I did test in my local system. The hacker, if got access from my system, he can successfully perform on my system remotely. Well, and what about my previous? Yes, this is 95%. Okay, it's finished, and Windows Resource Protection did not find any integrity violations. Another command I can use is check disk for checking the bad sectors. chk dsk/force, and yes, start. It's because this is the volume of system. This is the system volume drive C. It will check the next time the system restarts. Okay, no problem. The next one is route. I showed you, Kelly. Sorry. We are still in hacker system. Let me come back here and check route print. With this command, I can use my routing table. If you don't any information about routing, you can see my CCNA course. I will completely describe that routing and switching, and you will be mastery of routing and switching, the infrastructure and networking services in that course. Route print or route add, if you want add manually the route for your network. For example, my IP address is IPconfig, for example, is 192.168.119, and my default gateway is 119.2. I want add a routing table, add a route for a specific destination. I can use route add, for example, into destination network of 201.1.0 with subnet mask of this, and use this gateway 192.168.119.2. Route add, and its metric. I think because this I forgot mask word, and metric before 1. Yes, that's okay. The metric will choose the lowest metric will choose the route. If you have many route into your destination, the route with lowest metric will be chosen and used. Route add, I did add the routing table into destination of 201.1.0 and subnet mask of this from this default gateway by this metric. And if I want delete, I can use route delete 201.1.0, just this. And let me again and check route print, check my route print 201.1.1 here. Another process and another command. The next one is task kill. Task kill, the command for killing the process. For example, let me check in my Windows. Task manager, details, and for example, process malware. 5124, the process ID, task kill / process ID 5124 / force. The process has been terminated and our connection, yes, and our connection coordinates is disconnected, I think. Let me check it here, and ps-aux. Yes, I don't have any connection to my server now. It is disconnected because I disconnected by task kill, and the kill its process. I want to show you the Robocopy, the command for copy all information from one place to the another. This is the great and popular command in Windows for changing, for example, file server especially. And if I want Robocopy, let me mkdir test folder A and mkdir test folder B, cd test folder A, and by this one test folder A, and for example create some files in that. Don't be empty, and create another folder. Also it has, for example, bitmap image and one text file. Don't be empty as well. Okay, and I want cd test folder, cd users dir, test folder A and B are here, and check test the file copy without any real change. You can use Robocopy C drive colon / from the users and test folder A into C colon / into users test folder B /L space /L without any change. Look at the to its result. Total one directory, one file, and copied one file, skipped one, and without any error. Another status of command I can use is Robocopy copy contents exclude empty subdirectories, for example. Let me check create some subdirectories. empty. For example, folder 5 is empty and don't have any information. Folder 5 is empty, okay. And copy content, exclude empty subdirectories. Robocopy here /s, I think. /s. Look at in destination. We did copy into test folder B. Well, folder B and folder 5, because it was empty, don't copy it here. Another is, for example, copy contents with security or access list or ACL permissions. You can use /e copy colon DTAs or DATAs, sorry, DATS. And if you want copy all information without any change, completely copy, you can use this final command. Robocopy source and destination /e copy all. Completely will be copied 3 directories, 3 files, and so on. Well, another command is NetUser. NetUser, let me clear the screen. NetUser shows us which user we have: administrator, guest, and this Active Directory user. It is for ticket for Active Directory, server 02. Well, NetUser /domain, which users belongs to domain, is same because this is the domain controller. And NetUser administrator /domain, sorry. This is the information about the user of administrator, username, and this for domain, country, region, and password last password expires, password changeable, and password required, yes or no, and the local group membership and global group memberships, and other useful information. Host name will tell us the computer's name we are logged in and working with it. And RSOP generate the result of security policy of this computer. As you can see, this is the resultant set of policies that's configured on this computer. If you can see these policies, if any change made before performing this command, it will show us here to you. All configuration, not any changed. Well, this is very, very useful command. Remember that. And run as, another command. Run as, when you want perform and implement one command for run as a user, for example, run as administrator by command line, you can use this command. For example, you can open the run and use, for example, run as /user. I could run this as well, and not any force for use it in run window. User administrator, for example, C and Windows and Notepad.x exe because this was not administrator account, and asked me about the administrator password and performed successfully. Another command is winware. Winware, the next one, will show you the Windows version and build number and many information about Windows version. Another command, the next one is ASSOC. This about file associations and file extensions that your computer has. ASSOC, it will show you all extension files that are in your computer. Another command I want to say you is clip. The clip command is used to redirect the output from any command to the clipboard in Windows. Well, for example, you can use IPconfig space pipe and use clip, and for example open notepad, Control V, you will get the output of the IPconfig command here. And the last one command is DXDI. DXDI in Windows will show you DXDI, which is diagnostic of Windows devices such as memory, CPU, and any other more important items. For example, you can see it show us the server name and operating system, the amount of memory, the type of CPU, the number of cores, and it's cool information about display, about sound and input, and many more information and useful data about that.